Hello everybody. Today we will continue our exercise of this chapter, and as you know we already completed this chapter on Saturday. We just revised the summary of this chapter and we will continue the question and answer. You must be prepared 200 pages notebook, maybe full step, maybe short, to fill the question answers, because in your annual exam you should show this notebook and it have marks. So there are so many questions in each and every chapter. Descriptive question, list of basic component of computer, describe each in brief. This is the first question of our exercise. What will be the answer? List of basic component. Which are the component of computer system? You must be know hardware, software, user. Now in hardware, input unit, keyboard, mouse, whatever other. In software, we use Tally for financial, you use Paint, you play game. Same way. So you should write the answer like this way in your notebook in descriptively. So you should be complete all the question answer. And this another question is, choose the most appropriate option from those given below. Which of the following is typical workflow of a computer? So we just input data, process on it, and gives output on monitor. Do you remember the definition of computer? Computer is an electronic machine which is process on data and gives us information. So which of the following identify the concept of computer itself, remembering the set of data and instruction to be executed? Whatever data given by us, execute by computer. How it remember? How computer remember the data entered by us? Because of stored program concept. If you remember, in my previous session I was also explained the one line, the reason of computer become a popular is the storage capacity of that computer. So there are total I think 15 to 17 objective question. You should be write each and every question and write the answer in front of that each and every question. So here we already completed this chapter. Now we will going to start our second chapter, history and evaluation of computers. Now this word is not new for you. What is meant by history? History means whenever new thing invented, each and every time any new invention of any new thing have its own history. So in your history you learn about the Boston tea. Same way the history of computer is how computer start, who start it. So the first paragraph is the most important for us. In 1642, Blaise Pascal developed the first calculator which would do only limited job. In 1642 and 1690, there is so much big gap. Leibniz developed a machine that could perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and calculate. So this type of first become a simple machine, then it perform a simple calculation. Charles Babbage, this is a famous name in computer field, In 1822, designed and built a model called difference engine. This invention could perform calculation without a human intervention. Charles Babbage is also called the father of computer. He prepared a one model. It does the calculation without the human intervention. After that, in 1833, Babbage designed a machine called analytic engine. Technology of that engine. So, same way during the late 1940s, John Van Neumann found a way to encode instruction in the language. He was the force behind development of the first who searched how to write a program during 1940. John von Neumann found a way to encode instruction for stored computer program. This is a simple history of computer. The main father of computer is Charles Babbage. So, in 1946, Triple Eckert and John V. Moseley invented again an ENIAC machine, ENIAC machine at the University of Pennsylvania. ENIAC, Electrical, Numerical, Integrated and Calculator. This is the full form of this word. Was the first machine used a large vacuum tubes. The fill color given by me, you should be underlined in your textbook. This is a very important line. So here we will see generation of computer based on hardware. You know very well what is meant by generation. Father, son, grandson. These all are generation of human beings. Same way in our technical word, if I want to explain you, Samsung, Samsung 1, Samsung 2, these all new versions come, old version with old version updation. Same way, there are some generations of computer based on its hardware. Now you know or you are aware with hardware. Computers may be classified into a number of generations. The classification may be based on the hardware technology used in building the computer or based on its application software used. So first we will discuss about the classification of computer considering various hardware technologies. I hope you are aware about the hardware, the parts of computer which we see and touch. This is a simple definition. First generation computer. Each generation have its specific own period. First generation, you must be remember what is the main hardware used and what is the duration of that generation. First generation, duration is 1945 to 1955. The first generation of computer started with ENIAC. We see the full form of ENIAC. It was then followed by IBM, International Business Management. UNIVACI, Universal Automatic Computer, built by Moseley and Eckert in 1951. This machine could perform business data processing. The first generation computer used a vacuum tube. This is the most important line. This way we will see second generation, third generation, fourth generation. In each and every generation you should be remember which type of content used in that generation. Because of vacuum tubes, the first generation computer were very large, required a lot of energy, slow in input, output and suffered. Now, when they prepare a first generation computer, they use a vacuum tube. See, these are the vacuum tubes. These, are you able to see? So many vacuum tubes are used to create a ENIAC machine. This is the first generation of computer. So, second generation. When new version will come, the old version will be updated and then only new version will come. Second generation of computer, duration is 1955 to 1965. The overcome difficulties faced in first generation. If we face any problem, then only new invents are come. Due to vacuum tubes, it is very slow in work. It generates so much heat. So to overcome difficulties faced in first generation computer, due to the use of vacuum tubes, transistors were used in second generation computer. Underline this line, this is very important line. First generation computer use vacuum tube. Second generation computer use transistors. What is transistor? Transistor is a small component made of semiconductor material. With transistors, the problem of heat was minimized and computer size was reduced. We will see the what is transistor. The computers now could perform operations comparatively faster. Of course, these are the vacuum tubes. Are you able to see these vacuum tubes are used in computer first generation computer? These are the transistors, semiconductor material used to create these transistors. Now we will going to see third generation computer. Duration of third generation computer is 1965 to 80. See, first generation 10-year duration, 1945 to 1955. Second generation 1955 to 1965. Third generation 1965 to 1980. Third generation computers used integrated circuit ICS instead of transistor. These circuits are fixed on silicon chip. A silicon chip consumes less than 1/8 of inch square on which may electronic component like decoder, transistors, capacitor, etc. See, first generation they are using vacuum tube. Second generation they are using transistors. Third generation they are using IC. What is IC? IC is a integrated circuits instead of transistor. These circuits are fixed on silicon chip. A silicon chip consumes less than 1/8 of inch square of which may electronic components like decoders, transistors, capacitor, etc. can be fixed. See, this is the integrated circuit. IC. IC are used in third generation computer. Now, fourth generation computer. Duration is 9 years, 1980 to 89. First generation vacuum tube. Second generation transistor. Third generation IC. And fourth generation computers use large scale. Is called VLSI, very large scale integration. Because of this, computer become faster, smaller and reliable. The fourth generation computers soon evolved as interactive general purpose machine that allow rapid application to development. This generation computer become more user friendly and can be used widely for personal applications. Fourth generation become more popular because of its VLSI, very large scale integration. Hence such machines were called personal computer. Examples are IBM PC and Apple II. The fourth generation computer also includes supercomputers such as Cray series computers. Supercomputers are the best in terms of processing capacity and the cost. These computers can process billions of instructions per second. That's why it's a supercomputer. Where did they use? They are used for applications which require intensive numerical computation such as stock analysis, weather forecasting, and other similar complex applications. The speed of network was also observed during this time period. Supercomputer used for weather forecasting. Now, fifth generation. We will see fifth generation in next period. Today we just see first generation vacuum tube, second generation IC, second generation registered, transistor second generation, third generation IC. third generation